Hey future millionaires, this is Phil from Next Chapter Financial Solutions and Services, and in this video we're going to go over 14 different things that budget savvy people are doing or should be doing. So this is going to be fun. We're going to go over lots of budgeting tips and tricks, and of course budgeting leads to goals. And for the most of the people who are watching this, some of the primary goals are getting out of debt, then from there saving up for important items, and then finally building wealth. And that's where budgeting comes into taking it to the spreadsheet. And as you know, in most of my ETF and mutual fund reviews, what do? We take it to the spreadsheets. We do a projection at the end of it to see what wealth you could build by investing in those items on a regular basis. First and foremost, budget savvy people have fun talking about budgets. And budgets or spending plans, whatever you want to call it, they enjoy it. They enjoy it because it helps them have a detailed game plan of what they're going to do with their money. So it's a lot of fun. So if you have a lot of fun doing a budget or a spending plan, you might be budget savvy. The number 2 sign that you might be a budget savvy person, you have a spreadsheet. And that spreadsheet has multiple tabs of beautiful, detailed information that helps you maintain your monthly spending plan. And you can tell when your electric bill spikes or if your water bill spikes. Or you have some other weird thing that you're tracking very closely. The number 3 thing that might be a sign that you're a budget savvy person is you get an awesome rush, a thrill from seeing a zero-based budget. And what that means is all of your income, you have a detailed perspective exactly what you're going to spend it on, down to the penny. You know where all your utilities are. You know what you're going to spend on entertainment. You know what you're going to invest in, possibly those ETFs. That's right. You know exactly what you're going to do with every single dollar. And yeah, I get a little cheesy about it, but this is where I really shine. It's probably second to doing the projections with the ETFs and mutual funds, but I really enjoy every ounce of doing a budget. So number 4 thing, if you're a budget savvy person, you know what you're going to use each paycheck for. You actually have a really good idea of what you can use each paycheck for. And you're probably one of those super crazy people that if you're paid bi-weekly, you actually have an idea of what you can do with that third paycheck month. That's right. Because if you're paid bi-weekly, that means twice a year you get that glorious third paycheck in a month. And you have a plan for that. And you've probably been planning for it for months. Number 5 thing that you might be doing if you're a budget savvy person, you actually don't mind paying bills. It's just something you go click, click. You know it's coming in. You got it in your spreadsheet. You know the date of the month. And you are ready for it. And because you've been doing it for so long and you've got that good practice, you get a good idea what some of those variable expenses will be. Like you know what you spent last year on your electricity bill in the heat of the summer. So you probably sat there and said, this year is going to be about the same, but because I heard earlier in the year that there's an increase on electricity rates, I'm going to increase it by that amount. And I'm going to be ready for it. The number 6 thing that you might be doing if you're a budget savvy person is you're budgeting for all those special occasions. And that's one of the big things when I'm coaching someone. You got to know your special occasions. Your holidays, that's easy. But your anniversary shouldn't be a surprise. If you got kids, it shouldn't be a surprise. If you know you take your mother out every year for her birthday for dinner, it should not be a surprise. Plan for the special occasions. You just got to look forward. You know it's coming. Just look at the calendar, look at the dates and say, that's coming up. I'm going to put it in my budget. Budget savvy people might also be offended if they get too large of a tax refund. And I'm not talking about those $1,000 or $2,000 refunds. I'm talking about like those $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 tax refunds. Why? Because that means the IRS has been holding on to that extra money for the whole year at 0% interest. Where you could have had it and you could have been using it to either pay off bills or invest. So some budget savvy people get pretty frustrated if their tax refund is too high. The number 8 sign that you might be a budget savvy person is you reconcile your bank account very frequently. I myself might reconcile it every 2 days. I do. I won't lie. Basically Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays I reconcile it. In particular Fridays, I must reconcile. I like to go into the weekend knowing exactly where my dollars are. So as I'm spending through the weekend activities, we like to do grocery shopping on the weekends. We have an exact dollar amount. We know what's in there, and we, can't go wrong just because we've reconciled so frequently. And I also know what's outstanding. The number 9 sign that you might be a budget savvy person. When if you're working to get out of debt, or when you were working to get out of debt, you had that sucker on a graph spreadsheet, and you had a graph to it. You knew the biggest one, and you knew exactly when it was going to be done, and you were just meticulously watching it. So if you're not there, with some practice, you'll get there. Budget savvy people are really tuned in on how they're going to handle their debts, and they sometimes like to do graphs. The number 10 thing, budget savvy people, they think numbers are their friends. And I have to agree. I believe numbers are my friends. And I'm not talking about the crazy numbers around card counting. I'm talking about basic math. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, and then dividing. Basic math. But you do it so frequently, it just becomes fun. And with practice, even those who are not great with math can become better with math. So if you want to become budget savvy and you want to enhance your financial skills, you're going to have to practice your basic math. Budget savvy people are so good at budgeting that as things pop up, they're ready and willing to update their budget. They're ready to say, okay, having some minor issues with the car and my car maintenance fund is a little low. You know what? I'm going to cut back on my entertainment this month so I can make sure I cover all this car maintenance in cash. And here's another pro tip. Cut back on those entertainment expenses. Go deal with the car. Reassess where you are in your budget. And, if you've done this right and you've practiced, you can be able to slide in some minor entertainment. It might be different for that month, but so what? You're protecting your long-term financial situation by living on a budget, living on less than you make, and investing consistently. So number 12, budget savvy people at one point had a list of debts on a notepad, and they said, no, that's not enough. I'm going to get aggressive about this. I'm going to put these debts in order from smallest to largest, and I'm going to knock them out. They made it like their goal, their passion. They were going to go Rocky in the ring and knock them out. Or Creed, whoever you're a fan of. I love them both, actually. I'm going to be honest with you, right? But they were hardcore about getting out of debt. So budget savvy people take their budget seriously, and they want to get their debts out of the way so they can do what they want with their money. Okay, the article calls out that budget savvy people also keep such great records that they refer to them from year to year. I myself, after budgeting so many years, I can tell you what I spent on vacations 2-3 years ago. Also, I can tell you every year what I'm going to spend on Christmas, and I have a good reference of what I spent year after year. It's just after years of doing it, it's just practice, and I keep good track of it. And it's great because it gives me a good reference of what you spend. And this is a great habit to do for some of those bigger expenses. And it gives you a good benchmark for year after year of what you want to do in your budget. Last but not least, budget savvy people really monitor, track their budget to do things for their household and their families. And what does that really mean? They connect their budget to short-term and long-term goals. If they want to buy a new car, they plan for it. They get out of debt, and they save consistently. And that's a long-term one. You save consistently, especially in retirement funds. It helps you prepare for retirement, and you build up wealth. So budget savvy people, they're connecting their short-term goals, living on less than they make, to achieve their long-term goals of going on nice vacations, paying off their homes. If they want to pay for the kids' college, I'm not going to get into a debate of whether you should or you shouldn't. I'm not here for that. And then from there, they're also saving for retirement. Because eventually we're going to all retire. Well, at least we hope, right? I don't want to die working. I'm just going to say it. I'm hoping everyone watching this is one of their main goals is I do not want to die working. Unless they love their job. But, realistically, you want to, enjoy life. So budget savvy people are doing some things in the short term to prepare for the long term. And after they're out of debts, they're also living some great life as well in the mix of things. So budget savvy people really go through a lot of those 14 items to help them fine-tune how they're going to live to achieve their financial goals. I hope you found this recap of 14 things that budget savvy people do to live every day to achieve their financial goals helpful and inspiring. So you could eventually become your own budget savvy person, your own version of budget savvy person who gets all pumped up about spreadsheets or ready to knock out those debts or invest every day or at least every paycheck. Whether it be ETFs, mutual funds, invest in yourself. A budget's a great way to put a plan to your money to help you achieve your life and financial goals. So please, hopefully this video is inspiring to help you become your own version of a budget savvy person. This video is brought to you by Next Chapter Financial Solutions and Services. So please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you enjoyed this video, also drop a comment. It is our goal at Next Chapter to provide you with information to help you take action to improve your financial situation. Please check out our links on our Etsy page for printables and files to help you take action. We also offer one-on-one coaching. Our goal is to help our customers determine a clear path to achieving their financial goals. So if this is something you're interested in, please click the link below to contact us. Talk to you soon, and I hope you enjoyed the video.